Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young. The game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to Eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee, to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the
armchair.
With liberty for all.
You're in Braves country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to the area in front of the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
You can't drink like me. You can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
What the hell's going on out here?
Well, scared because his eyelids are jammed and his old man's here. We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie for their wedding present. We're dealing with a lot of
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They'll come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for the past. They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. That when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick, they'll have to brush them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Then erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. It's this field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a...
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Fuss. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys, and the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Is this America? Is baseball
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
If you build it, he will come.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light pure. I love them. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red their bombs bursting in air.
time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag. He missed the tag. He missed the tag.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the Atlanta Braves are on the road again. We're set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of radio baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. It's time to chop along. Go ahead and put your game face on. Here are the starting lineups for today's action. Leading off for your Atlanta Braves. In right field, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. 1 home run, 5 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, batting .247. Drake Baldwin batting second, behind home plate, 5 home runs, 19 RBI, batting .318. Matt Olson batting third, playing first, 5 home runs, 15 RBI, .296 average. Austin Riley is batting cleanup and playing third, a .250 average with 3 home runs, 14 RBI, 2 stolen bases. Ozzie Albies batting fifth, playing second, 4 home runs, 9 RBI, a .280 clip. Mike Yastrzemski, the Yaz, is batting sixth and in left field. He's got a .210 average, 5 RBI, 1 stolen base. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Dominic Smith, a .362 clip, 4 home runs, 16 RBI, no stolen bases. Mauricio Dubon is batting eighth and playing short. 2 home runs, 14 RBI, a .315 average. And Michael Harris II will be patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves. He's batting ninth with a .258 average, 3 home runs, 80 RBI, 2 stolen bases. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Grant Holmes. He's 1-1 with a .332 ERA. 1.11 whip, 21 innings, 17 strikeouts. 10 walks, 2 home runs served, and 14 hits given up. He'll be going head-to-head with the youngster Andrew Painter. 1-0 with a .377 ERA and a 1.33 whip. 14 innings, 16 hits allowed, 16 strikeouts, 3 walks, and no home runs given up. Backing up Painter in the bottom of the first inning. Leading off for the Philadelphia Phillies, it's Trey Turner. 2 home runs, 7 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .259. Kyle Schwarber, the designated hitter, batting second. 6 home runs, 12 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .211. Garcia is batting fifth, and in right field, 2 home runs, 5 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .214. And Marsh is in left field, batting .281. Alec Boehm, batting 6th at third, 1 home run, 10 RBI, 145 average. Stott is batting 7th and playing second. He's got a .204 clip. Marchand is behind the plate and batting 8th, 1 for 23 on the year, but it is a home run. And Crawford's in center field, 15 for 55, a .273 average, 1 RBI and a stolen base. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's DJ Rayburn. Your first base umpire, Dylan Wilson. Second base will be manned by John Lipka. And down the third base line, it's James Hoy. Game time temperatures here in Citizens Bank Park, 53 degrees with the wind blowing out to left at about 10 miles an hour. Could be picking up later. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 115 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. Our pick to click tonight against Painter and the Phillies. Well, as you can imagine, the youngster has never faced the Atlanta Braves, so we've got no data to go off of. So we'll just take the easy way out and give us Dominic Smith. He's been on a tear. He's batting 7th. He should be much higher in the order. But a .362 average and 4 home runs on 47 at-bats. We'll ride with the Dominator and take your Braves to finish off the sweep and win this one 6-3. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 300 play-by-play games right here on the BCR. Please like and subscribe today. Don't forget to hype the videos. It helps the smaller stations to bring folks in so we can all root this great game on together. Join the country club today, and a special thanks to all the members in the country club. You help support the BCR.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, everybody! Hope you're ready for a heck of a Sunday night baseball. Phillies and Braves. See who we've got in the chat here tonight. We've got Sebastian and Fred. Country Club member Iron Lung. We've got Ted. We got members Uncle Charlie. Troy is in the chat as well as Waldo. Mark, good to see you. Country Club member Trina and Salty Ron are in the club. Good to see you, Willis. Who else do we have in here tonight? Rich 22. Big time Auburn fan. If you get bored, just talk Auburn football with Rich. He loves the Tigers. War Eagle, baby. Underwater, good to see you. I can't believe the Mets lost that game. I was maybe to get to the point where I'm almost starting to feel sorry for them, or at least for the fans, because that is brutal to go through. JG back in the house. Who else do we have in here? I think I've gotten most folks. I may have missed one. Jeff, good to see you. Justin Green. Kal-El. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. James Fisher King. Margaret, good to see you, Miss Armstrong. And Edward Spry. Good to see you tonight, Edward. Reminds me, there was another Edward. Who was that? I gotta scroll all the way up to this one. We had it at the very beginning of the broadcast. There it is. Edward Foster. Welcome to the country club, sir. It's raining here in Philly. I guess they're going to play the game. Painter is coming out to the mound.
We accept that one of us.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
Welcome in, Mr. Foster, 171. Welcome to the club. A lot of the fans out there have their ponchos on. Wet conditions. I saw this earlier, but then I didn't see any kind of alert that I normally see. So let me double check and see what's going on here. It looks like we're just about set. They are going to start this game. I'm just curious what the actual radar is like. Ronald Acuna Jr., Atlanta Braves are wearing their road grays. And I'll tell you what, I don't know why I go to the Weather Channel website. That thing is just loaded with junk on. It looks like it's clearing up. There is light rain in the forecast till about 8 o'clock, and then after that, it's showing mostly clear the rest of the night. So hopefully that plays in, and that's why we're not getting a delay. And good on Philly for not doing the thing that Atlanta normally does, where they go ahead and jump into the delay, and then they just... I do wonder if as the 3D is kicking in, so we'll go ahead and raise the curtain. I do wonder if Peacock had anything to do with it. Well, Mr. Painter is set, and yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0, righty matchup. The 1-0. Good to see you, JC. Didn't see you sneaking in here. The 1-0 pitch. Swing. Pops it up. High in the sky. And that should be can of corn over by first base. It'll be Bryce Harper making the catch. One away. One up, one down, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is right there at the knees to Drake Baldwin. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, fouls it back. 0-2. The 0-2 count. Turns and kicks high and out of the zone, 1-2. The 1-2 to the Drake. Brings it. Down and in. So it's a 2-2 count to Baldwin. Infield is back into the right. The pitch from Painter. In the dirt, full count. What you'll get from Painter is a four-seam fastball that he'll throw 36% of the time. A slider 19% of the time. Sinker 13. Curve 13. Sweeper 9. A splitter 8 and a changeup 2. So he's a true kitchen sinker. The payoff pitch. Swing. Pops it back foul. Do it again. With the wet conditions and the first time the Braves ever seeing this pitcher, expect the bats to struggle a little bit early on, and then we'll see him a second time through, maybe even a third time through. It does look like that the sun is breaking through in the background, causing a rainbow behind the stadium. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 98 miles an hour. Blew it right by him. And there's 2 down. This kid's one of the top pitching prospects in all of baseball. And you can see why. So 2 down, and that'll bring Matt Olson to the plate as the wind continues to howl here in the stadium. First pitch. It's now blowing from left to right, and it looks like it's picked up quite a bit. I'm going to guess at this point, because the data I have is not accurate. We'll say it's 20 miles to the right. 15 to 20, the 1-0 down and in, ball 2, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. The pitch on the way. Just misses. 3-0. Thank you for the channel support, JC. The 3-0 pitch. Painter turns and brings it. Right down the pipe, 95 miles an hour. And it's 3-1. The 3-1 count. Swing rips it down the first base line. Foul. Man, did he get into that one, but couldn't keep it straight. Infield is back into the right. Remember, we got a doubleheader tomorrow, y'all. It's Patriots Day in Boston. We're bringing you Tigers and Red Sox along with Braves Nationals at 6:45. The 3-2 fouls it back. We'll do it again. 2 doubleheaders so far this week. We might be adding a third, but right now we're doing Monday on Patriots Day, Tigers and Red Sox, and then Friday night, it's a late tilt, Cubs at Dodgers after Braves Phillies. The payoff pitch. Swing pops it up. High down the left field line, giving chase, and making the running catch in foul territory is Alec Bohm, and that'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash. It is 0-0, bottom of the first. Grant Holmes to the bump when we return.
Do y'all ever wonder why we don't have giant drones and crazy flying over West Virginia? It's because we would have shot it down and stripped it for copper.
Dad, is there a reason Mom is just mad in her office right now?
Well, I'm sure she thinks there is.
Well, she's in there knocking stuff over, and I'm sure you have something to do with it.
I'm sure I do too.
Well, you gonna tell me what's going on, or what?
Last week she had to make an appointment for some event she wanted to do in Vegas. She was making hotel reservations, and I told her she had the wrong weekend, and she told me to shut up, I was stupid, and stay in my lane. So, mind my own business.
Okay, and what happened?
And this week she found out that she had the wrong weekend, the wrong hotel, and when she tried to switch it around, it's all booked up solid.
So she's mad at herself.
You think she was in her office mad at herself, yelling? No.
Okay, well then who's she mad at?
She's mad at me.
You? Why? You tried to help her.
Because she told me, hey, you're supposed to know when to stay in your lane, and you're supposed to know when not to stay in your lane and help me out.
Okay, then how are you supposed to tell her she's wrong without her getting more mad?
How do I know that? As soon as I figure that out, I'll let her know her boxes of Amazon products are out front in the grass getting rained on for the past 2 hours after she lectured me on what a sunny day today was supposed to be.
I'm blown away by the amount of people on my last post that keep commenting that it's a felony to shoot down the alien drones, as if anybody who would actually shoot down an alien drone and strip it for copper gives a if it's a felony.
In the minor leagues, obviously he was such a great athlete, he dominated. But in the big leagues, it doesn't happen overnight.
I wasn't able to make the necessary adjustments as a hitter. I hit under 200, under the Mendoza line, as they say, 196.
1973, the Phillies are playing the Dodgers, and my brother's a pitcher for the Phillies, my brother Kim. So my family goes to the game, and Schmitty struck out 3 times or something. And my brother John, he says, God, that Mike Schmidt's terrible. He's terrible. And my brother Kim says to him, he says, you wait, this guy is going to be really, really good.
Welcome back. Philadelphia Phillies wearing their home whites, Phillies across the chest in red ball caps, white P on the front representing the city of Philadelphia. Left to right for your Atlanta Braves on defense tonight. We'll do the Phillies in the next half inning as Grant Holmes goes to work. First pitch on the way is high and inside, 93 miles an hour. It's 1-0. Left to right, it's going to be the Yaz, Michael Harris, and Ronald Acuna Jr. Around the horn, third to first, it's your usual suspects, Riley, Dubon, Ozzie, and Olsen, the 1-0. Inside, ball 2-0. The Drake is behind the plate, and Grant Holmes is on the bump. The Grant Holmes Kenny Powers emoji is in there for you country club members. The 2-0 pitch right there, bringing it. 2-1. What you'll get from Grant Holmes, he's got a pretty deep mix of pitches as well as the 2-1 pitch. Swings, slices it towards right field. That's down for a base hit, and it's a leadoff single for the Philadelphia Phillies. Grant Holmes, 36%. He'll throw the 4-seam fastball. Slider at 19%, sinker at 13%. Curveball at 13%. Sweeper at 9%, splitter at 8%, and the changeup at 2%. He's pretty close to being a kitchen sinker, though a few of his pitches he doesn't throw that often. Kyle Schwarber, the batter, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Drops a bender, a slider right there at the knees, 85 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Schwarber steps out of the box. Infield is back into the right. The 0-1 pitch. Swing, chops it foul. I think that got a piece of him. It's 0-2. Schwarber walking it off. He's batting .211 on the year. .871 OPS for Schwarber. Of course, the 6 home runs and 12 RBIs we've talked about earlier in the series. Grant Holmes comes set. The pitch is in the dirt. 1-2. I think Holmes is having a hard time with the weather conditions. It's wet, it's windy, it's cold, and he keeps rubbing the ball trying to dry it off. The 1-2 count. They're going to flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. He'll dive back in. Trey Turner, very good base runner, so you got to keep an eye on him. Standing on deck is Harper. Garcia's in the hole. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Just getting going here in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch, the 1-2 pitch. Swing, bangs it down the line, foul, and we'll do it again. Braves have won the first 2 games of this series. And we were wondering what was wrong with Iglesias last night. We found out late last night, early this morning, is the 1-2 pitch swing blasted. High and deep. Is that going to hold? That will not. She is gone. It barely gets over the wall. A Philly fan with fumble fingers drops the souvenir, but it is a 2-run home run, and the Phillies lead it 2-0. Kyle Schwarber, his 7th home run of the year, 13th and 14th RBI, and the Phillies out to the early lead. And he barely got it up there, but the wind did the rest. It's pushing to right, and he got it up into that wind cycle. Yeah, a couple of Philly fans up there, man. A couple of guys. Actually, it was just the one Philly fan, I guess. He was tried to catch it with both hands, and he bounces off his arm. They're taking a look at this, but it was a home run. It's not a Jeffrey Mayer situation where he stole it over the wall. There's a short little fence that sits on top of the wall out there in right field, and that's where the fan was hanging over. If he doesn't touch it, it's going to actually go over the wall. I mean, that ball hit him right in a bad place, right in the hands. His friends are going to have a field day with him. He's getting the what for from the crowd, too, because he's turning around reacting. Tell him what he does for a living, but he's like, I'm not a baseball player. That's why I didn't catch it. Grant Holmes will do a couple of warm-up pitches. Philly leads 2-0. I don't know why they keep looking at it. There's no way that he interfered with it. He's got a big smile on his face, so at least he's got a good. And it is a home run. That took much longer than it should have. So 2-0 your score. That wind is howling out to right. It's pushing to the right now, but earlier in the series we saw it start to do that, and then it started going in and made it really hard to hit one out. First pitch to Harper is a swing and a miss in the dirt. It's 0-1. 2-0 Philly. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. That pitch is in the dirt. 1-1. One count, high and out of the zone. 2-1. The 2-1 to Harper. Turns and kicks. Inside. 3-1. Grant Holmes really struggling here. I do think the weather has something to do with it. It does look like it's stopping to rain, but he's got to get it under control. The 3-1 pitch, swing, slices it foul, full count. He's hit 14 pitches and yet to record an out. It doesn't look like that the rain is still falling. Now, you do have windy conditions. It is a cool night. It's going to be in the 50s all night here in Philadelphia with the wind blowing about 20 miles an hour. The 3-2 down and in, ball 4. And he'll walk Harper. And troubles are brewing here for Grant Holmes. Looks like Hefner's going to go out there and talk to him. Atlanta Braves pitching coach Jeremy Hefner's out there with Drake Baldwin. Probably A, just trying to settle him down, and B, giving him a chance to get a different perspective. The wind continues to blow pretty hard. Adolis Garcia is the batter now. And the first pitch on the way is right there. For a strike, it's 0-1. Righty. Garcia with 2 home runs on the year, batting .214. The 0-1 pitch. Just misses the outer edge. 1-1. Not getting that outside call tonight. You see how close it is on your screen. That's how close it was in real time. The 1-1 from Grant. Below the knees, 2-1. He's gone 4-seam. That was the sinker. According to the StatCast, Mac, that was actually a strike, but didn't look like it on the TV screen. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2. Went back to the 4-seamer. He is bringing that 4-seamer and the sinker. They're both coming in at 94, 95 so far, so it's not velocity. It's just location. Time is called. Garcia steps out of the box. Still looking for his first out. This will be pitch number 19. Grant Holmes brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the slider.
I play real sports. Not trying to be the best at exercising.
I'm Teddy Powers.
I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
First strikeout of the night for Holmes. Maybe that'll settle him down, give him a little more confidence. Brandon Marsh, Captain Caveman, coming to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch is a P at the knees. Bringing it. That one was 96. Cooking in the corner. It's 0-1. Marsh batting .281 on the year, batting 5th in the order. The 0-1. Turns and fires. Swings, slices it foul. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Braves trailing 2-0. Mets have lost. We'll do the rest of the out-of-town scoreboard here in a minute. The 0-2 high and out of the zone. Pitch out territory. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him. Marsh didn't like it, but he definitely had to swing at that one. It was in the zone, just pulled the string on it. Earlier today, the Mets lost their was that 11 in a row? Have I got that right? First pitch on the way is upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. I'm pretty sure it's 11 in a row. For some reason, mine's playing tricks on me. 1-0 to Bohm. That pitch did hit the zone. Braves are not challenging it, but it did hit the zone. Thank you. That's why I thought it was 11. The 1-0. High and outside, 2-0. Tigers beat the Red Sox 6-2 today. Blue Jays 10-4 of the Diamondbacks. Mariners outlast the Rangers 5-3. White Sox win in Sacramento 7-4 of the A's. The 2-0 pitch. Swing, pops it up. This might get Grant out of the inning. Matt Olson's underneath it. He'll make the catch of foul territory, and that will end the inning. But not before Philly puts a couple on the board. A 2-run shot. Barely got over the wall, but it counts. 2-0 Philadelphia.
It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is anemone. I was walking up and down the stairs all day yesterday. Anemone started hurting.
Nipply out. I mean nippy out. What did I say? Nipple? There is a nip in the air, though.
Brian, I'm going to single you out. You are only supposed to be taking 1 to 2 snacks per day.
Okay, the snacks in the office are free, though. So what's...
Technically, they are free, but you're not supposed to be taking 20 bags of Doritos at a time.
Okay, that wasn't me. I didn't take...
Actually, it was. Head of security, could you please roll the tapes?
This on September 15th around 7:30 in the morning.
I mean, you're chugging a beer, you're tossing all of the snacks in the cupboard into your knapsack. This is just outrageous.
This is like one time, 2 months ago, whatever. Like, I don't know what the...
No, bro, I see you doing this on camera all the time. This is not your first offense.
Did you take all of my gluten-free chips?
Wait, none of this would be an issue if you just paid me more, honestly. Like,
We pay you more than enough.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Do I have low-income white girl eyes and trailer park cheekbones? That is a bit concerning.
So at least the potential was there in '73, and the year proved to be pivotal for Schmidt off the diamond as well.
I met my beautiful wife at the end of the 1973 season, having lunch at a place where she was working.
He came in after a golf game with Steve Carlton, and I think his name was Barry Lurch. I knew nothing about baseball. I'm the youngest of 4 girls and didn't care. As the place was basically empty, the waitress they had said, "There's somebody that wants to meet you." He had sunglasses on his head, he was flipping his clog off his foot, and he was just relaxed as can be. So of course I gave him my number. And we went out that weekend, and 3 weeks later we were engaged.
Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today.
What's for dinner? Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
What's everybody having for dinner tonight? First pitch from Andrew Painter to start the top of the second inning is upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Austin Riley, the batter, the pitch. Inside, hit him. That ball hit him up and inside, and hopefully Riley's okay. That has been snake-bitten territory for Austin Riley, the up and in pitch. Just seemed to be getting back. Let's see where it hit him. Up in the hand once again. I mean, he does not wear anything but gloves. You would think one of these days he would go... I always call it the Bagwell theory, because Bagwell, after he got hit in the hand a few times, remember, he was on all those PEDs. He was making his hands brittle. He started wearing these gloves that had padding on them. Righty-lefty matchup is Ozzie Albies. Takes the pitch up top for a strike. It's 0-1. See, Uncle Charlie's got cheese sticks and chicken nuggies. We're doing hot dogs here at the house. The 0-1. Open stance from the left side. Misses high and out of the zone. 1-1. Smoked chicken from Fred. Shepherd's pie. The 1-1. Swing and a miss upstairs. It's 1-2. Barbecue chicken from JC. And wings and corn. You can go ahead and mail some of that over this way, JC. The 1-2 pitch, swing. Lifts it down the line, but foul. Do it again. 22's got the Chinese buffet for lunch and bourbon and Coke for dinner. Mommy! The 1-2 count. Inside, swing, hits it off the instep. And Ozzie's down. That ball hit him right where it smarts. Looked like it might have gotten him on the ankle inside, somewhere, or possibly the knee. Just below the knee, right where the shin guard pad is at, but I think it got a piece of him. Actually, take that back. It hit the pad, but the pad probably drove into him anyways. French bread pizza, nachos, KFC. KFC on a Sunday. There's not much better than that. Someone's eating clams, I take it. Tree Nuggets talking about clams rock. The 1-2 pitch. Misses high. Oh, yeah. Ozzie's got to challenge that. That pitch was well out of the zone. Looks like 2 inches easy. It's a good frame. Good frame by Marchand, but that thing is, well out of the zone. So that'll keep the at-bat alive. Middle Eastern food from a festival from yesterday. Hopefully it's something you brought home, Jillian, and not something that you found out back somewhere. Heblack's got coffee kicking, so do I. The 2-2 swing fouls it away. We'll do it again. The 2-2 to Ozzie. Runner at first, nobody out. Pitch on the way. Check swing. Did he go around? They check down the third base line. Yep, they're going to ring him up. Strike 3. Third base umpire, James Hoy. You can pretty much bet tonight if it's a 50-50 call, and that's essentially what that is. If you have a Braves hat on, you're saying that's a garbage strike. If you're a Phillies fan, you're saying, he did it all the way. But with the conditions, with the weather conditions on a Sunday night, these umpires are going to try to speed up the game. First pitch on the way up high and out of the zone to the Yaz. It's 1-0. You can't challenge check swings. So anytime they get a chance to speed up the game, they're going to. Italian sausage with pasta. The 1-0. Misses high and out of the zone, 2-0. Red beans and rice. Salty Ron in a burrito. Beef tips from Logan. The 2-0 pitch right there. 2-1. Frozen lasagna. Some of those frozen lasagnas ain't half bad. Depends on where you get them from. Philly cheesesteaks. Don't worry, be happy. The 2-1 pitch, swing, lifts it into right field, drifting back on the track, making the catch at the wall is Garcia for a loud out number 2. Yaz put a charge into that one. Wind might have knocked it down a little bit, but a good running catch out there by Garcia, and there's 2 away. Hot dogs, guacamole chips, and rum and coke. First pitch swinging by Dominic Smith, and the Dominator will slap it through the hole. And there we go. We got a 2-out single by Dominic Smith, and your Atlanta Braves.
This is a time for leaders to step up. Make us believe again.
Welcome to the United States of you just got dominated.
So first and second, 2 outs. Mauricio Dubon, the batter. First pitch is swing and a miss. The slider, it's 0-1. Remember, this is the first time through the order ever seeing this kid Painter. And you know they looked at video, but there's a difference between that and actually seeing a kid. The 0-1 pitch, swing, pops it up down the right field line. Out of play, 0-2. I would expect that the top of the order gets much better swings on him the second time through. But they've been talking about this kid Painter for about 3 or 4 years now. He had Tommy John surgery, which pushed him back a couple of seasons, as you can imagine. He has been long awaited here in Philadelphia. The 0-2 pitch, down and away, 1-2. 1-2 count. First and second, 2 outs. Painter, his 35th pitch of the night, in the dirt. That's a good sign for Atlanta as well. You got 35 pitches on this kid in 2 innings. If you can get into that Philadelphia bullpen, especially early in the game, could really make some damage onto the scoreboard. Braves trail 2-0. Braves will head to Washington for a 4-game set after this. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it down the right field line. Chase one a bit out of the zone. It'll bend into the seats. Souvenir down the right field side, about 10 rows back, just past the dugout. We'll do it again, 2-2. The Mets lost in the Braves division. Everybody else won today. Other games that are in the books, Pirates beat the Rays. Pirates are off to a great start. Yankees 7-0 win over the Royals. Guardians beat the Orioles. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt, full count. So now the runners will be off to the races. First and second, 2 outs, a full count. This will be the 38th pitch by Painter. Cardinals dump the Astros in extras. Reds come back and beat the Twins 7-4 in 10. As Painter steps off the bump and Dubon takes his time out. Full count. Painter comes set. Kicks and fires. Swing. Just got a piece of that one. Might have chased a pitch, but it was so close. It's probably good that he swung at it. It's really close to the zone. So a full count from Painter. Dubon, swing, fouls it away. Runners are taken off again. And we'll do it again. Full count from Painter. Kicks and fires. Runners go. Swing. Chops it foul. We'll do it one more time. Nothing else. He's making Painter work out there. 40 pitches in the first 2 innings. To give you an idea where a pitcher wants to be, you want to be around 30 after 2. 45 after 3. The payoff pitch. Runners go once again. Just below the knees, ball 4, and Marchand wants to challenge us. This one's going to be extremely close. Extremely close. And they're going to get the challenge. They're going to get it overturned. Strike 3. Good challenge by Marchand. About 5% of that ball was in the zone, and that's all it takes. We'll be back in a flash. 2-0. Go to the bottom of the second.
This is the story of Hector Espino. He was considered by many to be one of the greatest hitters of all time. People who played with him said he hit line drives so hard that infielders would drop them. Despite having offers from the Cardinals, Angels, Yankees, Indians, and the Colt 45s, he never had a single big league plate appearance in his career. He batted at least .300 every year but one over his 24-year career. Once he arrived in the Mexican League, he earned Rookie of the Year honors with a .358 batting average, 23 home runs, 12 triples, and 103 RBIs. In 1964, he continued to improve, hitting .371 and setting a Mexican League single-season record with 46 home runs. The closest he ever came to the major leagues was when he played 32 games with the Jacksonville Suns, the Cardinals' AAA affiliate, in late 1964. In that short period, he hit .300 with 6 doubles, 15 RBIs, and 15 runs scored. He returned to the Mexican League in 1965. Over the next 5 seasons, all he did was continue to knock the cover off the ball, which can be validated by his 2 home run titles during that time. He remains the only player in Mexican Pacific League history with a career average over .300. He ended up slugging 484 home runs over his career, 24 seasons, 13 batting titles, 6 home run crowns, and 6 MVP awards.
Get a job? Yeah. Just get a job? Why don't I strap on my job helmet and squeeze down into a job cannon and fire off into job land where jobs grow on jobbies?
The most pugnacious Oriole of them all was the third baseman, John Joseph McGraw. McGraw was born in Truxton, New York, the first of 8 children of an Irish immigrant railroad worker and his wife. When diphtheria struck his village in 1884, one by one he watched as first his mother and then 4 of his brothers and sisters died. His father took out his grief and anger on his son beating him so often and so mercilessly that at 12 he feared for his life and ran away from home. He supported himself at odd jobs until he won himself a place on the Olean, New York professional team at 16, and never again willingly took orders from any man.
Welcome back. 2-0 your score, bottom of the second inning. Bryson Stott will start off the inning here versus Grant Holmes. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. I agree. Kelly just told me that someone named Uki is saying the Braves offense isn't consistent. She said he might want to sit the baseball talk out. It's like, I know that's right. The 0-1 outside wide, 1-1. Top two offense in all of baseball. Try to keep up. Bryson Stott batting .204 on the year. Kicks and fires. Right there at the knees on the outer edge. 1-2. 1-2 count. Philly leads it 2-0. Got to be a Philly fan. Philly fans, their team can be horrendous, get beat to death the first two games. They get a 2-0 lead, and all of a sudden they're about to plan the victory parade for the World Series. Pitches just off the mark. It's 2-2. Bryson Stott, this is his first start in this series because the two left-handers it started, the 2-2 swing, chops a foul. We'll do it again. Two count. Swing. Hits it hard on the ground, but right at Ozzie Albies. He'll flip it to first. 4-3 on the putout. And there's one away. One up, one down as the Braves have secured this series win from the first two wins of the series. So still the only team in Major League Baseball who has not lost a series. First pitch is right there. Swing and a miss, strike to Marchand, the number 8 hitter. It's 0-1. Marchand in because of the back spasms from JT Realmuto. The 0-1 outside wide, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Brings it. Swing, chops it over to second. Ozzie busy as a beaver. He'll flip it to first, and there's two down. 4-3 in your scorecard. I'll tell you what, if there are two teams that are well overdue for makeovers on their City Connect jerseys, number one's got to be Philly. They're showing replays from the other night. The head first slide from Michael when the throw from right field. As the first pitch to Crawford misses for a ball, it's 1-0. Those City Connect jerseys for Philadelphia are horrendous and make no sense. They're using black and yellow like Pittsburgh. The 1-0 right there on the outer edge. 1-1. Them and then the Boston Red Sox, they've got to change that City Connect. They were wearing that today, and they are just bad. The 1-1 turns and fires. That curveball will drift out of the zone. 2-1. 2-1 count. Philly 2, Braves nothing. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase 95 off the plate, 2-2. Harris, by the way, will be leading off the top of the third. Speaking of Michael, the 2-2. Swing, slaps it down the line. Foul. We'll do it again. Third base side. Grant Holmes. His 43rd of the night. Pitch, swing, pops it up. Lazy fly ball into center field, and that'll be easy peasy for Michael Harris. He'll make the catch, and we'll head to the top of the third, trailing 2-0.
All right, you got 25-87.
Not for long. I make bad financial decisions.
Are you stressed out?
Yeah.
And you could use a vacation?
Yes.
Introducing planning a trip with friends.
What's that?
It's been a stressful few months, so what better way to relax than going on a fun trip with your group of friends?
That sounds like a great idea. How does it work?
It's simple. Come up with an itinerary, pitch the plan to your friends, watch them be sort of interested but non-committal, and the trip never happens.
Wait.
That's right, dork. Did you forget that all your friends have good jobs and relationships, and you have neither? Of course they're too busy for your cabin weekend idea.
I used to think that my friends and I would be going on fun, extravagant trips as we got older, but instead I see them once every 5 months.
Try it today.
Look, dude, I feel guilty all the time for my thoughts and urges, but I'm not going to talk to a therapist who's going to make me, deal with it and confront those issues.
Fatigue makes cowards of us all. You can't play fatigued. Therefore, it's up to you to be in prime physical condition. You've got to keep yourself in prime physical condition because a fatigued player is a coward.
He batted .321 or better over 9 consecutive seasons and stole 436 bases. Although he was short and weighed barely 120 pounds, he tripped opposing runners on the base paths, blocked them, spiked them, and rarely complained when they did the same to him. We'd spit tobacco juice on a spike wound, he remembered, rub dirt in it, and get out there and play. Mayhem seemed to follow John McGraw wherever he went. When he got into a fist fight with the opposing third baseman in Boston in 1894, both benches emptied. Fans began brawling. Someone set the stands on fire, and the entire wooden ballpark and 170 neighborhood buildings went up in flames.
Welcome back. Two to nothing your score. Atlanta Braves will have Harris, Acuna, and Baldwin coming to the plate. First pitch to Michael is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. The 1-1 count. Brings it. Upstairs. Ball 2-1. Yeah, I don't know. Kelly said that Mark mentioned Garrett Anderson. He must not have been in the chat when he passed the 2-1 pitch. Swing, lifted, high and deep into right field. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a solo shot, and the lead's been cut in half. Money Mike, baby, taking it to the house.
You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle. It's all right. My name is Money Mike. All right, then. Use your ass. This ain't for play. I don't do this for fun. Might want to shave. Might want to shave somebody else. Never know.
First pitch on the way is inside to Ron Acuna Jr. They check down the line. Did he go around? You say that he did, it looks like. It's on 1. 376 happy feet over the right field wall as the 0-1 chop foul 0-2. We haven't had one check swing yet that's been not called a strike. The 0-2 outside wide 1-2. I'm telling you, these umpires it's cold, it's wet, it's windy. I got to be in city A, B, or C tomorrow. Let's get this thing over with. The 1-2 count, down and away, 2-2. Painter comes set. The 2-2, his 50th pitch of the night. Inside, did he go around? They're going to say he did. Strike 3. I mean, any flinching, they're calling these strikes. 1 away. That's Painter's 4th strikeout of the game. It's a little ticky-tack, but he didn't even ask for an opinion down the line. He just went ahead and rung him up. Drake Baldwin, the batter, first pitch swinging, fouls it back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Braves lead Philly by 5.5 games coming into tonight's action. The 0-1. Inside, 1-1. 1-1 count. Painter comes set. Flips it up there. Swing. That ball is rocketed towards center field. On the run, making the catch out there is Crawford for out number 2. But they're definitely getting some good swings on Painter the second time through. And that ball was smoked. Just right into the teeth of the defense. Matt Olson will come to the plate. He fouled out his first time up. Olson. Batting .293 on the year. First pitch, chop foul past the first base line. It's 0-1. Olson's OPS is up to .987. Him and Dominic Smith are the leaders on the team. The 0-1 pitch, outside wide. 1-1. Dominic Smith, of course, he's not getting bats against left-handers. So you got to keep that in mind. But Smith has a 1059 OPS to lead the team. The 1-1. Upstairs for a strike. 1-2. 1-2 count. Brings it. Swing, pops it up. Third base side, that's where he popped up last time. That'll be an F5 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves get a solo shot by Money Mike.
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
2-1. We go to the bottom of the third.
Does someone want to tell me how the I'm supposed to buy a gift for a minimalist? What do I do? Take something away from them?
I just like to get on here and publicly apologize to my wife for marrying a second wife in her dreams. It really hurt her feelings, and I just can't believe that I would do such a thing in her dreams. I'm really sorry, my love. And I just want to apologize for yesterday when I was on my way home from work and I called her and asked her if she wanted anything, and she said nothing. And I actually got her nothing when I should have known that she wanted something.
You know what? I think men are better than women.
She's kidding.
No, I'm not. They provide for us, and we must obey them because they are our masters.
Stop it.
You'll never land a beau with that domineering tone.
I went to the doctor yesterday, and the nurse looked at me and said, "Step on the scale." And I looked at her and I was like, I was told there would be no fact checking here.
There may have been no hesitation about moving forward with Donna, but the reality was his baseball career seemed a lot more uncertain.
I very easily could have been sent back down to AAA for another year of seasoning, but at the end of that year, they made a decision to send me to Puerto Rico. Mechanically, I had to make some adjustments. I had to figure it out. So in Puerto Rican Winter League, I had a couple of at-bats that I decided to try to just take a nice easy swing at the ball, try and swing on balance at the ball. And sure enough, first time I tried it, I hit a double off the left center field fence. So I took that whole thinking of just take a nice, smooth, easy swing. You don't have to fall off balance. You don't have to try to pull the ball. Let the ball go where it's going to go all by itself. And after that, I think I really learned to gain confidence in myself. And after the 73 season, I was ready for 1974.
2-1, Philadelphia leads Atlanta. Grant Holmes goes back to work. First pitch is upstairs. Check swing and a strike. 95 miles an hour right down the pipe. It's a 1. The 0-1. Inside. Looked like the sinker. 1-1. 1-1 count. You can tell Acuna and Michael are freezing out there as the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, 2-1. Both of them are wearing ski masks. Man, it's not that cold out there, man. It's in the 50s, but man, you would think they were heading to the slopes. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. Hits it up the middle. Diving stop out there by Dubon. Leaps to his feet. Fires into first, and he gets a speedy Turner. 6-3. Mark that one down. 1 away. Good defensive play out there by Dubon. Notice he's wearing the headscarf too, but he doesn't have it over his face. I forget what those things are called. Someone was making a TikTok the other day about those. It had me laughing. I can't remember what he called them. First pitch on the way is down and in. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing. Pops it back foul. Nope, that ball's going to stay in play. Excuse me. The way they first were looking at it, it's going to be a deep catch for Riley into left field. Very shallow left field, but a deep run for Riley. F5, and there's quickly 2 away. Shiesty, that's what it is. Which I don't know why they're called that, but I it's like a guy going off about them. It was pretty funny. I can't tell you the whole thing he said because I have to clean it up for radio, but the first pitch swinging by Bryce Harper is over the top for a strike. It's 0-1. He started off with saying, I'm at Publix, and you can see my surroundings. This is the 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Someone must have had one of those on because he said, take your ass to Walmart. It's just 2 miles up the road. We don't wear shiesties around here. Timeout's called by Bryce Harper. The 0-2. Down and in. Try to get him to chase that curveball. So he's seen 3 curveballs back to back to back. Problem is, if he hangs one of those, it's going to be a problem. 1-2 count. Swing, rips it into right field, and that's down for a base hit. And it's a 2-out single for Harper. Harper now batting .280 on the year. And Adolis Garcia will be the batter. Phillies 2, Braves 1. Garcia stands in from the right side of the plate, and Holmes takes a quick turn and fires it to first. Harper back in time, but a pretty close play. First pitch to Garcia. Swing. Fouls it back. It's 0-1. One run, 2 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Phillies. All 3 runs have come from the home run ball. Only difference was Philadelphia had a man on when they hit theirs. The 0-1 pitch, check swing. He went around on that one. Curveball 0-2. He's getting a lot of swings and misses on that curveball. The 0-2 from Holmes. Slider in the dirt. 1-2. If he can start spotting that slider, he's going to be hard to beat. It's kind of the counter off the curve. The 1-2. Misses high, 95 miles an hour, and it's 2-2. Marsh is on deck. Braves trail 2-1. They lead the series 2-0. That is also the season series. First series between these two. The second one's next weekend. The 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. Full count. Holmes comes set. Brings it. Bang! Right there at the knee, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. That's his 3rd strikeout of the day. It's 2-1. We'll grab the bats when we return.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Never make a shopping list. Just forget half of the you were supposed to get. Be a man.
Hello, these are the worst things my wife has done since Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift started dating. Number 1, she wants to watch the game. She has no concern over which team wins or how the game is played. She just wants to show me pictures of Taylor in the box or talk about what they're going to do after the season's over or where he's going to join her on tour. Number 2, she's learning. Now, normally, I am all for people expanding their minds, except when it is to just hurt my feelings. Like, for instance, she learned the other day that Travis Kelce's position is called the tight end. She asked when I played football, was my position called the little flat end? Not only was this hurtful, but it was a sweet chirp. Number 3, she gave me a nickname. Travis Kelce has many nicknames, one of them being the Big Yeti. When my wife learned this, she started calling me the Big Spaghetti, saying that I look like I eat more pasta than he does. Another sweet chirp. Damn you, woman. And number 4, she gets mad when I don't remember things I don't know. Not only is my wife obsessed with Travis and Taylor, she's also obsessed with the entire Kelce family. She asked me the other day when she couldn't recall what Jason Kelce's oldest daughter's name was. And finally, she asked if the losing team in the Super Bowl gets any bowl at all.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Today ain't the day for a hoe to try me.
Laborers leave the shade and quiet of a shop for the sun and fury of a ball ground. They stand and they exercise for hours. They attest that they mean to be men and not machines. Athletic games carry men back to their days of childhood. There is indeed, morally, a home base in all of them, as there is literally in baseball.
Welcome back. 2-1 your score. Austin Riley leads us off. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Philadelphia. Riley 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch swinging. Comebacker is going to be off the hip of Painter. Ricochet right into the glove of Turner. He jumps, flips, and he'll get Riley by about a step. One down. Sometimes better be lucky than good. 99 times out of 100, that ball bounces somewhere differently, and Riley is going to be safe. Ball was scalded up the middle, too. So once again, another hard hit ball. First pitch to Ozzie Albies is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires. Right there inside. Open stance from the left side of the plate. The 0-1 pitch. In the dirt. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. That time it was the slider. So it's a 1-2 count. If you're following along at home on your TV, they're showing it as 1-1, but it is a 1-2. Pitch on the way. Swing. Slices it foul. Do it again. They'll probably get it right after that one. They do. 1-2, but this is the fourth pitch of the at-bat, not the third. The 1-2 pitch. High and out of the zone. 2-2. The 2-2. Splitter's going to miss high and wide. Ball 3-2. Pitch is outside wide. Ball 4. And Ozzie Albies, he has to be told by home plate umpire that that's ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And the Braves got something cooking here to start the top of the fourth. First pitch on the way to the Yaz is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The Yaz 0 for 1 on the day. Kicks and fires. Pitch at the top of the zone. That'll even up the count. 1-1. Infield is back and to the right. Bohm all by his lonesome on the left-hand side. The 1-1 pitch. Painter brings it. Swing and a miss. 1-2 pulled the string on that one. One, 2 count. Yaz 0 for 1 on the day. The pitch on the way. Swing. That ball's lifted into right center field. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. And cutting it off is Crawford, but not before. It's a 1-out double by the Yaz. Ozzie will stay at third, not come home, because a good job by Crawford from cutting it off at the wall.
That's it. Yes, put everything on it. Don't hold back anything.
Yabba, yabba, go. Yahoo!
Kelly just told me what Ookie said in response. Y'all got to understand that I can't see most of the non-members comments. The first pitch right there is called for a strike. It's 0-1. Those of y'all listening on radio, if you want to jump into the fun, it's Braves Country Radio on YouTube. I can't repeat most of the stuff that is said in there, but it's entertaining. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Runners at second and third. The infield is playing back and to the right, so they're willing to concede the run. Ozzy's at third. As Smith steps out of the box. One for one on the day. Singled to right field his first time up. The 0-2 from Painter. He's looking for a strikeout for sure. The pitch in the dirt. Good splitter. Great take by Dominic. It's 1-2. Suicide squeeze. That would be a suicide squeeze with Dominic Smith in 2 strikes. One, two. I don't know if I've ever seen him as the pitch is inside, almost gets him. 2-2. Spins him around. I don't know if Dominic Smith even knows how to bunt, to be honest with you. He's always been a slugger. If he ever dropped one down in normal situation on a shift, he could probably backstroke to first base. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, rips it down the right field line, but foul. Braves trail 2-1. Good hard hit ball, but it went foul of the right field line over Harper's head by about, we'll say it missed the line by about 5 to 7 feet. Infield once again back and to the right. The 2-2. Swing, pops it back foul, we'll do it again. Outfield is playing fairly deep, but not what you would consider deep, and shaded to the left. On deck is Dubon. Harris in the hole, who's already hit a home run. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, pops it up. That will not get anybody home. That is not even going to leave the infield. F6 in your scorecard. Turner makes the catch, and there's 2 down. So it'll be up to Mauricio Dubon now, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Chase went a little outside the plate, but really the problem was he was so far behind the pitch. By the time he decided to swing, it was going to take a miracle to get out of that mess. Dubon digging in, righty-righty, first pitch. Right there for a strike. Drops a sweeper. He showed bunt but pulled back. It's 0-1. We'll pull the screen back in case there's any kind of movement on the base paths. The 0-1 pitch, swing, broken bat, high into center field, and making the running catch is Crawford. He almost slams into Garcia, and that'll end the inning. Braves still trail 2-1. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th here in Braves country.
Some girls belong to the streets. I, on the other hand, belong to the insane asylums. Like one of them, I don't know which one.
When people ask, are you doing anything tonight? On a work night. No, I already did a thing today. Work was a thing. There will be no more things, okay?
What's going on here, guys? All right, Coach, so basically it was a holding call. But these dudes started me in their fantasy league, which is cool because this dude started our quarterback, but he started our kicker and I started their defense, so it's kind of a pickle.
Compromising the integrity of this game with your fantasy football leagues? Listen to me. If there was holding, you make that holding call. I don't care if it was on our team or not. I care about this game too much to let you...
Coach, you started their defense too, didn't you?
Yeah, you definitely started their defense.
Damn right I did.
Armchair.
You can't drink like me. You can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
My grandfather was a sour old man, and I liked him. He lived with us. But he was out in the backyard throwing a ball when I was a little kid. He's smoking his pipe, and he said, you like baseball? And I said, yeah. He said, what do you play? I said, I'm a shortstop. And he said, that's what I used to play. And I said, you used to play? But, a year or so later, I found the local paper did a 50-year anniversary thing, and there was a reprint of a game that he had played in 1892, and it said Watts. His name was Fred Watts, shortstop. And he had 2 hits. And I thought, my grandfather played baseball in 1892. So it's part of existence. It's part of our heritage.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back. 2-1 your score. Philadelphia leads Atlanta in a low-scoring rock fight so far. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Philadelphia. And Brandon Marsh will lead it off. First pitch, taken for a strike. Right there on the outer edge, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing. Lifts it. Down the left field line, giving Chases the gas. He'll make the catch. And F7 in your scorecard. 1 down. 1 up, 1 down. Bohm, the batter. Stott moves to the on-deck circle. Bohm batting 143 on the year. Righty first pitch. Drops a teardrop just below the knees. Good pitch. Just missed the zone. It's 1-0. You see this lineup for Philadelphia, and you can understand why they're off to such a slow start. So many of their guys are hitting well below their expected totals. The 1-0 swung on, foul back. It's 1-1. You got Adolis Garcia batting 208. Bohm is hitting 143. Stott 200. Marchand, you don't expect anything out of him. He's batting 042 is the 1-1 right for a strike. It's 1-2. One, 2 count. Swing. Hits it on the ground over towards first and backhanded by Olsen. He'll flip it to Holmes covering the bag, and there's 2 down. But it's really been the Philly bullpen, which I don't know why in the world anybody thought that was going to be a solid bullpen. We knew that their starting pitching was pretty good. They've had a few bumps and bruises, but the bullpen itself, the depth, just never appeared to be there, and this offense is going to have to get going to make up for it. First pitch is right down the pipe to Bryson Stott. It's 0-1. Then you add to the fact that the general manager just absolutely slamming his star player as the season ended last year in the press conference. Pitch is swung on and rolled over towards second base. Ozzy's got it, flips it to first, 4-3, and that'll end the inning. So the Phillies go down 1, 2, 3. We go to the 5th inning here in Philadelphia.
War's over, man. Drop the big one.
Well, since when are you the quitting kind?
What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. And it ain't over now. Who's with me? Let's go!
I don't have to tell you things are bad. It's depression. Everybody's scared. Punks are running wild in the street. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. I want you to get mad.
Will you fight? No! We will run! And we will live!
Shame on you. This could be the greatest night of our lives. You're gonna let it be the worst.
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen.
Wretched slugs. Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood?
I'm your huckleberry.
I'll put you out of your misery.
Say wham.
You gotta say, damn it, my life has value. And I'm gonna stay right here and fight for this lost cause.
Intruder.
Yes, you're an intruder. I was having a perfectly nice trip until you walked into my life.
Hey! I'm just lying around.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Right. Psychotic, but absolutely right.
We gotta take these bastards.
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
I'm as mad as hell!
They're yelling in Atlanta?
Son of a... We struck the mother load!
I'm mad as hell!
I'm not gonna take it anymore!
And this crowd's back into it now.
I didn't think you had it in you.
You look like somebody just walked over your grave. Play for blood, remember? Like I missed something.
Yeah, we're all officially kicked out of school.
That makes sense.
Welcome back. We go to the top of the fifth inning. It'll be Harris, and then back to the top of the order, Michael Harris II, who slammed a home run out his first time up. Righty-lefty matchup to start the at-bat. And Painter kicks and deals, fires the first pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Got a double dip for you tomorrow. It's Braves Nationals, 6:45 p.m. But the early game, 11:05, it's Patriots Day in Boston. The 1-0, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Patriots Day in Boston starts off with they got the Boston Marathon that goes on that day as well, but it'll be Red Sox and Tigers at 11:05 a.m. The 1-1 pitch, swing, rips it into right field. Michael Harris is seeing the ball well off of Painter. It's going to be a long single. It's a great job by Garcia to cut it off before it hit the corner.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
Time's going to be called by Marchand. He's going to go out to the mound for a quick visit. We'll go ahead and pull the screen back because what they might be talking about is the idea. First of all, this is the third time through the lineup for the Braves. It does look like they're going to stick with them. This is Caleb Cotham, the pitching coach, going out there as well. So Marchand was going out there to buy time, and now it's a whole powwow out there on the mound. Marchand, Bohm, Turner. I think even Stott was out there too, it looks like. I think everybody but Bryce Harper was on the mound. Even the mayor of Philadelphia. Runner at first, nobody out. Third time through the lineup, they may just be talking about Harris could be going, could be running, and how they want to pitch Acuna. So here we go. First pitch on the way. Kicks and fires high and inside. It's 1-0. Acuna 0 for 2 at the pop out and the strikeout. He has not seen the ball well on Painter. 1-0. Good lead out there by Harris, but darts back, ball in the dirt, 2-0. 2-0 count, Braves trail 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, swing, rifles it into left field. That's through for a base hit. And Acuna in the 5-6 hole gets a worm burner going, and your Atlanta Braves. First and second, nobody out.
Bravo.
And here comes the Drake.
Bravo.
And that's going to be it. Rob Thompson has seen enough. Painter, he's gone. And it looks like we're going to get the lefty coming out of the pen once again from the Philadelphia Phillies. Miza will be back in a flash here on the Braves Country Radio Network. 2-1 your score. We go with runners on first and second. Nobody out, and the Drake is coming to the plate.
Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic hall of radio baseball.
Runners on first and second, nobody out. Drake Baldwin standing in, lefty-lefty matchup. Miza the pitcher. Got a sinker, a four-seamer, a slider. First pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Remember, they brought Mize in earlier in the series. They love sitting him here when Drake and Olson come up to the plate. He's a left-handed specialist, and he's trying to get them out of a jam. The 1-0. Down below the knees. Drake, finally, Drake challenges a ball. They called it a strike, but he'll challenge it, and he'll win this one. That was well below the knees. Guarantee you Tim Heyer and a couple of the others had some conversations with him about believe in your eye. Misses by a full inch. They're trying to say 0.7. It was much lower than that. That's where it was framed. The 2-0. Kicks and fires. That one was a strike. 2-0. Or 2-1, excuse me. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way in the dirt. 2-2. Those y'all who are, you don't have to be a basketball fan to just get joy out of the fact the Celtics beat the 76ers. Boston over Philly today. They trounced them. I never saw the end of the game, but they won by about 30 to 3-1. Down and in, ball 4, and the Drake will head to first, and now we got bases loaded. Nobody out. Ducks all over the pond. Here comes Matt Olson. Boy, could he change this game. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch is a P at the knees. Good pitch. Sinker, 95 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Infield is playing back, double play depth. Willing to give up the run if they could turn two. The 0-1 to Olson. Kicks and fires. Takes another one, and Olson's challenged that one. I think he's going to lose it. Considering where that ball landed in the zone on the box, that looks like I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to give it to him a strike. So the Braves lose the challenge. I thought it was automatic, but I'll tell you what, after I saw the replay, it was a strike after he framed it. It did not fall into the zone, but they called it. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. Good block by Marchand. Keeping the ball out in front of him. The one thing that Olson's got to do here is you've got to make sure a run scores on your at bat, no matter how it happens. The 1-2. Down and away. 2-2. Went with the slider once again. Standing on deck is Riley. The 2-2. Lefty. Pick. Kicks and fires. Swing. Rolls it over to second. That's going to be a 6-4 put out. The Braves will tie the game. It will be an RBI as Harris comes home to score. They will not get the force at first. So a 6-4 put out by Matt Olson. And he understood the assignment. Made sure to get the
This is not watered down.
Game tied at 2. Hustling down the line.
Smooth as it gets.
We know Olson does not run fast, but he hustled. Runners on the corners and 1 out. Now the Braves could take the lead with a fly ball. Remember, you got Acuna standing over at third, so good speed. Lefty-righty. Pitch on the way. Swing, rolls it down the third base line. That's going to be a fair ball, and Bohm has to eat it. And we've got runners on first and second. 1 out, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
You are my boy, Blue! A rolling single, swinging infield single. Just chopped it down the third base line. Bohm was playing back for obvious reasons. And coming home to score was Acuna with ease, and that ball stayed fair, thankfully. And Riley, with good speed, beat it out with ease. By the time Bohm got the ball, he was crossing the bag. Lefty-righty as Ozzie Albies takes the pitch outside high for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves 3, Philly 2. The 1-0. Right there. That was off the plate. Ozzie's not going to challenge, but that pitch was well off the plate, 1-1. Now down to just one challenge. You can understand why Ozzie's not going to challenge that. 1-1 count. Swing. Fouls it away. It's 1-2. First and second, still just 1 out. The Yaz is on deck. We'll see if they'll pinch hit for him. Now, they could go to the pen if they bring in Eli White. So we'll see how Weiss plays this. The 1-2 in the dirt. Good block by Marchand. Runners will stay put. When you've got Olson as the lead runner on first and second, it's going to take much more than that to get him to move down to third. Riley was thinking about going. He's like, wait a minute, I got Olson in front of me. I better run us out of an inning. The 2-2. Swing! That ball's lifted into left field. That ball's going back on the track. It's up against the wall. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score. Your Atlanta Braves lead at 4-2. And the Wiz!
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz.
Pay dirt, baby!
Nobody beats me.
Cha-ching! Weird defensive play out there by Marsh. He turned right, he turned left, turned right, and the ball went over his head. Remember, he's typically not a left fielder. He's played center field the majority of his career. Guess this is a new thing they're doing. First time I've seen him in left field in quite some time. With Crawford out there in center. So lefty here is the Yaz takes the first pitch swinging. He'll bang it down the first base line. It's 0-1. 4-2 your score. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Rattles that off his instep. It's 0-2. Braves 4, Philly 2. Top of the 5th inning. 1 out. Miza, 17 pitches in. And the Phillies have the infield in now. So anything he could lift over into the outfield could score 2. The 0-2 pitch upstairs caught for strike 3, and there's 2 down. Yaz continues to struggle in the 6 hole. Really don't know what it's going to take for them to get him out of that 6 hole. I've been clamoring for Dom Smith to be there when right-handers, but even if you want to put Dube on, Yaz is just struggling. He needs to be hitting in the 8 spot. So lefty now, and Dom Smith, the batter, first pitch down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. He's now 1 for 2 on the day. Batting .367, a single in the second. Single here would score 2 with 2 outs. 1-0. Upstairs for a strike. It's 1-1. 3 across here in the third if you're just joining us. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2-3-0 for Philly. The 1-1 pitch. Down and away. Ball 2, 2-1. Miza shaking off Marchand. Here's the pitch. Swing. Chops it foul. We'll do it again. They haven't given an official timeline, but I would think Sean Murphy may be back by next weekend when we come back home to face Philadelphia and Atlanta. Worst case scenario, you would think he's back the following week. Ha-Seong Kim did take some swings the other day, and he's expected to play a simulated game tomorrow. Is the 2-2 swing. Just got a piece of it. We'll do it again. So we can expect him to go out on a rehab assignment probably towards the end of this week. And remember, there's a stipulation in the CBA that says you cannot be out there more than 20 days. So once they start that clock, we're talking about essentially 3 weeks where Kim would be ready to roll. The 2-2 brings it. Swing. Rolls that foul. Braves 4, Philly 2. Sean Murphy undergoing surgery for his torn hip that he endured last year. He kind of just played through it, didn't say anything until towards the end. So the Braves are hoping he's back to his old form of 23. The 2-2. Caught looking, strike 3, and Dom Smith wants to challenge this. That's going to be a bad challenge. So the Braves are going to be out of challenges. I don't think there's any way they get this overturned. And yep, they lose both of their challenges this inning, but they do put 3 on the board. 4-2, good guys. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Sunday Night Baseball in Philadelphia.
Sometimes when I find myself in certain situations, I have to say to myself, Linda, don't be crazy. But my name's not Linda, so I'm going to get on that crazy train today. Choo-choo.
What the? Where the hell's the bucket?
What? I didn't go to KFC. I went to that new place, the Fresh and Healthy Chicken Cafe.
Fresh and Healthy Chicken Cafe?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
A fresh, B healthy, C cafe.
Here, let me give you some money for the food.
No. Don't you pay her for this. Don't you reward her.
Like the first time I saw Shaq in person, I says, man, number one, damn, he ugly. But then I said, to see a dude that big, I'm ugly, that strong.
I didn't watch the whole game Thursday night because I was removing a fork from my eyeball. That was the worst football I have ever seen. I mean, I'm sitting there watching this 12-6 thriller. They should cancel Thursday night football. The players aren't ready to play. There's no preparation. There's a lot at stake, and what you see is sloppy football. We've been saying it for years.
Spring training is a time of new beginnings, and that's just what Mike Schmidt needed after spending much of '73 in Danny Ozark's doghouse.
Well, Danny and I didn't see eye to eye much, and he used to call me Dutch, which, as I understand, meant like dumb Dutchman. Of course, I didn't like that.
I said, you're going to hit the way I want you to hit, or you can take off. I said, your damn 198 average didn't impress me or anybody else, and your 245 average over there didn't impress me.
I'm in the batting cage one day, and I'm just taking a couple of swings, and Danny was standing behind the batting cage, and he said, Dutch, if you don't lay that bat flatter, in other words, lay it flatter like this, as opposed to how I naturally swing the bat, I'm going to send you out of here. I said, well, Danny, you can send me to AAA anytime you want, but I'm not laying my bat flat.
Bottom of 5 in the Atlanta Braves. Lead this game 4-2. Grant Holmes goes back to work. First pitch is a four-seam fastball. High and out of the zone. It's 1-0. It'll be Marchand, Crawford, and Turner due up. 8, 9, and 1 batters, the 1-0. Upstairs for a strike. Check swing. It's 1-1. The 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. One-two to Marchand. Grant Holmes comes set, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's one away. For Grant Holmes, that strikeout number 4. He's given up 3 hits and 2 earned runs off that 2-run home run by Kyle Schwarber. Crawford will be the batter. This will finish the second time through the order. I don't know what Philly has kicking, but man, they've got this enormous baseball helmet upside down that's got, like, I don't know, ice cream and all kinds of stuff. It looks phenomenal. Is the pitch outside wide for a ball? It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing, fouls it away. 1-1. I don't know if it's the best night to be showing off ice cream, but they've already predetermined it, I guess, because they have some fans getting interviewed, and they got this big bowl of ice cream in front of them. When it's 50 degrees and the wind's slapping you in the face. The 1-1. Misses outside. Went with the slider that time, 1-2. He's been pitching that curveball really well. Slider hasn't been hitting quite as regularly. The 2-1 pitch, swing, rips it into center field. That's down for a base hit. And it's a 1-out single for the Phillies here to get their 5th inning going. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way is a bender. Down and below the knees, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. Ball 2, 2-0. Turner, who's 1 for 2 on the day with the run scored. Aaron Bummer warming up in the pen for the Braves. Can just imagine the groans. The 2-0. Upstairs for a strike, 2-1. Grant Holmes only at 77 pitches. They had a short leash on him the other day. And with Schwarber coming to the plate and a well-rested bullpen, Holmes going to flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. The 2-1 pitch, swing, fouls it back, 2-2. The 2-2 comes set, swing, slices that back foul. So a 2-2 count. So this may be the last batter, because if you think about the way it plays out, Schwarber is on deck and Harper in the hole, 2 lefties. That's where they would be bringing Bummer in to face. And 3 in the next 4 batters after Turner. The 2-2. Inside, full count. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. I think even if Holmes strikes out Turner here, he's still going to get lifted. Full count. His 3rd of the night. The pitch, swing, chopper back to the mound. And past the mound, and Ozzy's got it. Stands at second, taps the bag, fires it to first, and a wide throw by Ozzy Albies will have the runners safe, but there are 2 down. If he throws, it is Turner running. But if he throws with his feet underneath him, he probably gets him, because it was a hard hit ball right up the middle. But he threw off his front foot. Yeah, that's going to be it. Walt Weiss is going to come get Grant Holmes, and that's going to be it. Aaron Bummer coming in to face the left-hander Schwarber. 4-2 your score. We'll be back in a flash. Braves lead the Phillies, bottom of the 5th.
Y'all, my therapist asked me what the number one thing is that inspires me to get out of bed every day, and I said it's my bladder.
I worked 10 hours! All I want is brain stuff!
That's a little excessive.
CEO angry. I am starving in school! What did you eat today? I ate nothing! Nothing!
Could you see where the coach would be upset if the star player is coming in at 2 a.m. and is hungover?
Without question.
You were quoted as saying, "There's only one difference between Otto and me. He likes candy bars and milkshakes. I like women and scotch."
Well, probably wasn't a good thing to say to your head coach.
Armchair.
I can be whatever you want. You just tell me what you want and I'll be that for you.
You're dumb.
I could be that.
You won't let me draft the players I want to play. It's fantasy football, so the Hulk should be able to be on the team.
If you can buy $30K for a car, you can pay $30K for me.
I beg your finest pardon. You said that I should pay $30K for you when the only place you're going to drive me is crazy? Absolutely not. This not even delusional. That's dementia, because you done lost your damn mind.
You think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through, from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list. We come to things at various times in our lives when we can comprehend them, when we have an interest in them. But we have a child's interest in baseball, in my case from the time I was 5. I can't imagine never having an interest in baseball. So it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another, all the way through.
We are back here at the bottom of the 5th, locked up in a tight one. Grant Holmes goes 4 2/3, gets yanked after 81 pitches, and that's because the man coming to the plate took him yard to start the game. It'll be lefty-lefty matchup. Kyle Schwarber, the batter. Aaron Bummer on the bump. Here comes the first pitch from Bummer, and it's a P at the knees, strike. It's 0-1. Turner is at first, and he can fly. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Rips it down the right field line. That ball is trouble. Up against the wall into the corner. Acuna's got it. Fires it deep in the corner. Cutoff man to Ozzie. Ozzie fires it home, and they're going to actually hold on to the ball. It's going to be a double, a 2-out double for Schwarber. Turner stops at third. So tying runs are at second and third with 2 out. So Aaron Bummer, remember, he's got to face 3 batters or in the inning. So there's Harper and then there's Garcia. You could walk Garcia, but then you're walking to get the right-handed you could walk Harper, but you'd be walking to get to the right-handed Garcia. First pitch, swing, slices it away, foul. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Harper, who's 1 for 1 on the day with the walk. He's batting .280. The 0-1. Bang at the knees. Strike. It's 0-2. O2 count. Infield back and to the right. The pitch on the way. Swing, rolls it over to third. Riley's got it. Fires it across the diamond. A one-hopper. Making the catch is Olsen, and that'll end the inning. End of 5, 4-2 Atlanta, and the Atlanta Braves clinging to a 2-run lead.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It is not. There's an old guy with a beard. There's little halflings that run around with sticks and pretend to be magicians. You got one guy that's got a ring, and wait, the ring makes him disappear, but the other one's got a blanket. And they run around in the woods, and there's a magical creature that can make them fly.
It's not the.
It's the same thing. How is it not the same thing? Ah!
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Oh, wow, I'm pretty sure that's going to be there it is. Another flag on the play.
Multiple flags on the play. Holding. Offense number 97. That penalty was declined. Touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 22. Penalty will be applied to the kickoff.
This is going to be one of the strangest calls.
That son of a... You playing against Dick this week? Yeah. Could be worse, man. When I played against him, he ejected all my players.
What?
Armchair.
A room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Green. Here's the front of the plate. He is safe. Braves win.
The fundamental reason for the popularity of the game is the fact that it is a national safety valve. A young, ambitious, and growing nation needs to let off steam. Baseball serves the same purpose as a revolution in Central America or a thunderstorm on a hot day. A tonic, an exercise, baseball is second only to death as a leveler. So long as it remains our national game, America will abide no monarchy, and anarchy will be too slow.
Welcome back. We're going to the top of the 6th inning. Chase Shugart, the right-hander, first pitch upstairs for a strike to Mauricio Dubon. It's 0-1. Braves lead it 4-2. The 0-1 outside wide. 1-1. One pitch, swing, fouls it away, 1-2. Righty, the 1-2 pitch. Swing, slaps it away. And we'll do it again. Braves 4, Philly 2, top of the 6th inning. The pitch outside. Threw the sweeper off the plate. That'll even up the count. On deck is Harris. In the hole, Acuna. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. Chase Schuchart. 5'11", 200-pounder. Out of Bridge City, Texas. Drafted by the Red Sox in 2018 from the Longhorns. The 2-2. Down and away, ball 3, 3-2. Full count. Infield playing pretty honestly. Harper shaded a little bit to the left. The payoff pitch. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. Real quick on your out-of-town scoreboard from earlier. Tigers 6-2 over the Red Sox. These are all finals. Blue Jays beat the Diamondbacks in Arizona 10-4. They were in Seattle, Washington, and the Mariners 5, Rangers 2. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew the 96-mile-an-hour sinker up in his kitchen, and there's one away. Out in Sacramento, California, White Sox dumped the A's 7-4. Padres 2-1 winners in Los Angeles, Anaheim over the Angels. Rockies 9-6 winners over the Dodgers. First pitch is upstairs, misses high to Michael Harris II. It's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires. Right there on the track. 1-1. 1-1 count. In Chicago, Illinois, the Cubs walked off the Mets in extras 2-1. 1-1 pitch. Swing! That ball sizzled into center field, down for a base hit. And it's a one-out single by Money Mike and your Atlanta Braves.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
Ronald Acuna Jr. Standing at the plate. First pitch misses high. It's 1-0. Remember, the Braves are out of ABS challenges. In Houston, Texas today, the Cardinals beat the Astros in extra innings 7-5. In Minneapolis, is the 1-0 outside wide. Did you go? Nope, he did not. 2-0. In Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Reds came back and beat the Twins 7-4. I believe it was 4-1 going into the ninth. I don't know if Kerry's in here tonight or not, but I could have swore that's what I saw when I was getting ready for this game. The 2-0 count brings it upstairs. That was a ball. It was framed for a strike, but there's nothing Acuna can do about it. His home plate umpire, DJ Rayburn, he's been bad all night. The 2-1 pitch. Misses. Oh, jeez. 2 inches out of the zone, 2-2. So Rayburn continues to show why he's one of the worst ranked umpires in all of baseball. That one was pathetic. The 2-2. Acuna's going to have to defend the zone now. Pitches inside. Did it get him? Just missed him. 3-2. If I'm Acuna, I'd be tempted not to look back and say, you sure don't want to call that a strike too? It almost hit my hand. Payoff pitch. They were in Cleveland today, and the Guardians beat the Orioles 8-4. Marlins 5-3 winners in Miami against the Brewers. Acuna steps out, steps back in. Flipping over to first. Yankees 7-0 winners in the Bronx over the Royals is the payoff pitch. Outside wide ball 4. Harris had taken off. He had the base stolen, but he'll be at first and second. We'll have one out. And that'll bring the Drake to the plate. 2 more scores to touch on. They were in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the Pirates 6-3 winners over the Rays. And the Nats blanked the Giants 3-0. We'll see the Nats tomorrow. Quick mound visit. Caleb Cotham talked to Shugart as the Drake and the Ice House are now due up. Tomorrow, Philadelphia starts their series in Chicago against the Cubs. So both these teams have to skedaddle after the game and get on a plane. So here we go. Runners on first and second. One out. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Bangs it foul. Down the third baseline. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Lifts it. High and deep into right field. Going back on the track. Making the catch at the warning track is Garcia for a loud out number 1. On the play, Harris will tag up and move to third, but there are 2 outs. Matt Olson will be the batter. Philly is going to Chicago to play the Cubs for a 4-game series while we go to play the Nationals for a 4-game series. Both series are going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, and a day game on Thursday. And then they'll meet each other back up on Friday in Atlanta for a 3-game set. Rob Thompson's going to go to the pen one more time, and we'll take the break with him. Braves lead by 2. Right-hander coming out of the pen when we return.
If anyone sees me in a bathing suit this summer, mind your business. I like to eat.
So is cheesecake a cake or a pie?
It's the cheesecake. It's cheesecake.
Obviously, it's a pie. That's why they call it cheesecake, because it's a pie.
That ain't none of them words in that sentence match none of the other ones.
The funny part is, it's neither a cake or a pie. It's a freaking tart.
It is not a tart.
It is a tart.
Not a tart. Crumbled or crust or something that's created into a bowl, and then the filling goes in the top. But not all cheesecakes are made like that.
I've seen the women you date. You would definitely be an expert on what's
all
crusty.
the cheese.
Well, then what is a freaking hot dog?
A hot dog is a taco.
No,
it's no. A hot dog is a
rebuke
sandwich.
that.
That is a
There's
sandwich.
bread on 3 sides. If you imagine a cube, so 6 total sides. If there's bread on 3 sides, it's a taco.
Ooh, I love
Unless
Philly
the bread is
cheesesteaks.
completely taken apart. If it's 2 pieces of bread, then it's a sandwich.
Okay, hold on.
Did you call a Philly cheesesteak a taco?
Hold on, I got
If the bread is still together, like a hoagie, where it's got a hinge on it, like they do at Subway, those are tacos.
I don't like this. I don't. No,
Okay, so
no.
if I split my hot dog bun all the way down on that backside right there, and then I put the bread on top of the bread, that makes it a sandwich.
Yes.
But if I don't split the bread, the is a taco?
Yes. I don't make the rules, I just make them up as I go along.
Armchair.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from the southpaw. Upstairs from Backus, Kyle Backus. Called for a strike. To Matt Olson, it's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. The 0-1. Swing. Fouls it away. It's 0-2. He's gone sinker to start the at-bat. He's got a bender. He'll try to get the lefties to chase. But his money pitches, that sinker comes in low 90s. Very compact windup. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, misses high. 1-2. That actually looked like it hit the zone. DJ Rayburn, he's spotting dimes and eating onions out there. He doesn't know what he's doing. The 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Chase that slider off the plate. Sweeper, he calls it, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves threat but fail to score. Bottom of the sixth we go, leading by only 2.
Talking about one of the greatest pitchers that we just don't talk about enough, Addie Jaw. In his major league debut, he threw a one-hitter, who some believe should have been a no-hitter after a clean catch was ruled a hit. In his rookie season, all he did was win 17 games, have a sub-3 ERA, and lead the league in shutouts. 2 years later, he went 14-10 with a 1.59 ERA. Even more impressive, he didn't allow a home run all season. He won 20 or more games in back-to-back years in 1905 and 1906. In 1907, he won his first 10 starts, threw 2 one-hitters, and had career bests in wins with 27 and innings pitched with 338. Just 1 year later, he reached baseball immortality when he threw the 4th perfect game in baseball history. Even more impressive, he did it with just 74 pitches, the lowest known pitch count ever in a perfect game. In 1910, he became the first pitcher in Major League Baseball history to no-hit the same team twice. Before the start of his next season, his career made a drastic turn. During an exhibition game in Chattanooga, Tennessee, he would collapse on the field. Initial reports thought it may be food poisoning, but his condition quickly worsened. Less than a week later, he was coughing more, which was accompanied by a severe headache. 10 days after his collapse, he would be diagnosed with tuberculosis meningitis. 1 day later, it would spread to his brain, and he passed away at the age of 31. Over his 9-year career, he won 160 games, threw 234 complete games, and had 920 strikeouts. His 1.89 career ERA is the second lowest in baseball history, and his 0.968 career WHIP is the lowest of all time.
Between 1900 and 1910, country boys and immigrant sons and factory workers and streetwise toughs played on thousands of teams in hundreds of leagues from Maine to California. For the first time, big league scouts began to travel the countryside on the lookout for future stock. Sports writers called them ivory hunters. It would be an era that placed a premium on pitching and speed, in which runs were assembled slowly, one base at a time. It would see one pitcher win 41 games in a single season, and the hardest hitting team hit just 16 home runs.
Welcome back. 4-2 your score. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, middle of the order due up for the Phillies. It'll be Garcia, Marsh, and Bohm. Righty-righty matchup, as it'll be Tyler Kinley coming out of the pen. Braves still need 4 innings of relief. First pitch on the way is 87 right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Now the good news is the Braves bullpen is pretty well rested. The question will be, will eyeglasses be available tonight? Last night is the 0-1 outside, misses 1-1. He missed the outing because he slept on his arm wrong. And so they didn't want him to go to pitch last night, but they didn't say whether or not he'd be available tonight. 1-1. Turns and fires, swing, pops it up. Out of play over the third base dugout, 1-2. One-two count. Garcia must have broken his bat. He went into the dugout to get another one. Garcia 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The 1-2. As they'll give him another timeout. 1-2 from Kenley. Brings it. Check swing. Did he go around? Looked like he did. He did not. First base umpire Dylan Wilson says he held up, so it's 2-2. The 2-2. Down and away. Full count. Kenley getting ahead early in this count. Now he's nibbling on the sides. The 3-2. Marsh is on deck. Here's the pitch. Down and away, ball 4. So he'll walk the tying run to the plate. Once again, Iglesias, arm discomfort is what they called it last night. So we'll see how serious it is if the game stays this tight down the stretch. First pitch is down in for a ball. It's 1-0. I mentioned it last night when they went to Suarez that it was strange because we had not used him much. And he definitely had a lot of time off in between his last outing. And sure enough, it was injury related. The 1-0. Out of the zone. 2-0. And it could just be a situation kind of like when you feel like you got a crick in your neck the next morning after you slept wrong. They just didn't want him to throw because you never know if you're going to hurt yourself worse doing that, so they're just giving him the day off. The 2-0. 3-0. I mean, Kenley's not finding, he can't find the strike zone with the CNI dog right now. 3-0 count. He's about to walk himself into trouble here. Pitch to Marsh. Taken all the way, 3-1. Good idea by Marsh. Make him find the strike. Infield is back and to the right. Pitch on the way. Swing. Lifts it. High into right field. Drifting over. Making the running catch is Acuna for a loud out, number 1. We'll pull the screen back so you can see the whole field at this point. Tying run standing at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Inside, and that got him. So they're going to have runners at first and second and 1 out. Kenley spiraling here. Bohm heads to first. Man, if it did hit him, it barely got him. They're re-showing it. And nothing moved. He was moving his arm as it went. That ball didn't hit him. That ball hit him as much as he touched home plate on that Sunday night game many years ago. For those of y'all who have been in Braves country long enough to remember that. Another phantom play here with Bohm. I mean, I don't see it. Maybe it touched his sleeve. But I don't see it. The ball didn't move. Nothing moved. Atlanta is going to challenge. I just don't know how you're going to get it overturned, because the problem is the dopey umpire who's been making some bad calls all game long, he called it a hit by pitch, so you have to prove that it wasn't hit. If the shoe was on the other foot, there's no way that Philly would win the challenge. It's unbelievable, too, because the play that I'm referring to, it was a Sunday night game as well. It was back in the ESPN days. I want to say that was 2021. So that may be good omen. They're still looking at it. Braves have 2 total challenges right now. They're using 1 right now. They're out of ABSs. Here comes the call. And they're saying the call is confirmed. I'm not buying that. At most, there just wasn't enough to overturn it. It wasn't a bad challenge in the sense that the ball didn't hit him. It's very obvious it didn't hit him. But it was a bad challenge in the fact that whoever's telling Weiss to challenge that, you're not going to get that overturned because of the camera angles and what it would take to prove that that ball hit him. It went by and it never deflected, nothing. I mean, there's no way that ball hit him. But you're asking a white ball going past a white sleeve to be confirmed whether it touched it or not at that speed. It's just, it was a foolish challenge, though it did appear that they got it wrong, meaning the umpires. Righty-lefty matchup. Bryson stopped the batter. First pitch is 95 at the knees. It's 0-1. And that has to play into the people that are making those decisions, because Weiss is just getting the call of, hey, should I or shouldn't I challenge? The people that make those decisions, they have to understand the situation. The 0-1 swing rips it down the first base line. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. So the Braves are down to 1 replay challenge. They are out of ABSs. That's why that one by Olsen was so bad, because it was, you were already down. The 0-2 swing pops it up. That should be easily played by Acuna in right field. He'll get underneath it and make the catch. And there's 2 down. Runners at first and second, they'll retreat. But I hate the idea more of that ABS being gone, because you still have the rest of this inning and 3 more full innings to go without any ABS challenges. I still say Major League Baseball needs to change it where you get 2 for the first 8 innings and then you get 1 for each inning after that. Marchand, the batter, number 8 hitter, starting for the injured JT Realmuto. The first pitch on the way is upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Kicks and fires. Swing! Bangs it down the line, foul. It's 0-2. Kelly said that somebody said we went a century without the ABS. My response to that is we went quite many years without air conditioning. I'm still not a fool. I still turn it on every time it's hot. 2 on, 2 out. You got it. Use it. The pitch on the way. Caught, looking, strike 3. Kinley once again goes out there and has a clean inning-ish. He doesn't give any runs up, but he'll put a scare into you. We'll be back in a flash.
Hate your life and die on the job. Be a man.
Once a year, there comes a chance for a fresh start. An opportunity to change oneself for the better, and that time is now. So I'm gonna go full throttle, and everyone around me is gonna hear about it. My name is Max, and I'm the most annoying person on January 1st. Oh, starting hungover? You do you. How were the bars at midnight? I wouldn't know, I wasn't even awake. Yes, the new year is about personal resolutions, but it's also about making other people feel bad. If people don't hear about my resolutions nonstop, what's the point? Everyone always said the gym would be packed on January 1st, but I was like the only one there. I guess it was 5 a.m. You know you really shouldn't be drinking that coffee. It's not good for you. Some might argue that making small, consistent changes over the course of the year would be more efficient than going 0 to 100 arbitrarily on January 1st. But I'll get more attention this way.
Hey, do you have the time?
No.
Could you check your phone?
I'm just doing 5 minutes of screen time a day, so everyone's gonna f***ing hate. I'll give it up on all of these by mid-February, but until then, strap in. I'm gonna go write my poem of the day.
I started blasting. Bang! Bang! Well, I don't see so good, so I missed. Then they ran away. I ran after them.
Okay.
Bang! Try to shoot him in the back. But I don't want so good either. Anyway, you guys all think I'm a hero, and I'll accept that responsibility.
I think maybe the biggest appeal of baseball is that it looks so simple, it looks so familiar, and in its outward dimensions, it is still almost exactly the same game that we played when we were kids, or that we first saw with our fathers when we sat in the stands. There is a continuity there that is very attractive to us because so many other institutions that we have known have disappeared or fallen into disarray. Our families, our cities, our politics. But baseball feels the same. It feels very much the same, and I think this is probably its prime attraction.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. We go to the top of the 7th inning here, 4-2 your score. Austin Riley will lead us off. He's set to face Backus once again. First pitch from the southpaw. This is outside the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Turns and fires. Inside high. Ball 2-0. Braves come into tonight's play 4.5 in front of Miami. 4.5 in front of Washington. 5.5 in front of the Phillies. 7.5 in front of the Mets. The 2-0 right there for a strike, 2-1. Especially if the Braves win tonight, but regardless, I know what I'm doing before the first pitch of Patriots Day game is the 2-1. Swing fouls it away, 2-2. WFAN is going to be must-see TV tomorrow morning. 11-game losing streak. Those two Mets fans, Boomer Esiason and Gio, the casual. The 2-2. Swing rips it over to short. It's going to be a 6-3 putout, and there's one away. One up, one down. Ozzie Albies the batter, right side of the plate. The switch hitter dealing with the southpaw. First pitch sweeper. Misses out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing, chops it. Right side of the infield against the shift, but plenty of time for Stott to flip it to first, and there's two down. Mets have lost 11 in a row. If this score holds, Philly will have lost 5 in a row, and the Braves will have won 5 in a row. Eli White will be the batter now. He's coming on for the Az. Braves with 14 wins. If they win today, they will tie the major league lead with 15 wins. Dodgers and Padres both with 15. Reds have 14 as the pitch on the way is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. St. Louis and Pittsburgh both have 13 wins. The entire Central, by the way, they are 3 games above 500 or better. The NL Central, the 1-0 inside, 2-1. 2-0, excuse me. 2-0 count. Brings it. Swing. Knocks it over to first. Diving stop over there by Harper. He'll jump, flip it to first, and that was a very quick 1-2-3. We'll be back in a flash. It's time to get up and stretch, Braves country, leading 4-2.
accept that one of us. We accept that one of us.
Welcome back.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care.
Welcome to the Country Club Bentley. Atlanta Braves lead this one 4-2, bottom of the seventh, trying to go for a series sweep. And coming to the plate to start the inning will be Crawford. Justin Crawford to lead it off, and then back to the top of the order. Lefty-lefty matchup. Dylan Lee, the pitcher. He'll fire a slider in there at the knees. It's 0-1. In a perfect world, you would have Lee for the 7th, Suarez for the 8th, and Iglesias for the 9th. But remember, Iglesias was injured last night as the 0-1 upstairs for a strike. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Brings it. Swing, rolls it on the ground over to second. Ozzie Albies got it. And 4-3, one away. 5 memberships by Iron Lung.
One of us. We accept one of us. Super gobble, super gobble, super gobble. One of us.
We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us. Super gobble, one of us. Super gobble, one of us. Super gobble. Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
Lefty-righty matchup is Trey Turner, the batter. He'll hit a hard ball, a one-hopper over to short. Dubon's got it. He'll fire it to first, and it's a 6-3. Quickly 2 down. Good play over there by Dubon. And now one of the guys that Lee was really brought in to face comes to the plate in Kyle Schwarber. Worst he can do is make this a 1-run game. Standing on deck is Harper. Lefty-lefty, first pitch slider misses down and in. It's 1-0. Schwarber 2 for 3. The double and a home run, a 2-run home run. Kicks and fires. Swing! Fouls it away. 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour, letter high. It's 1-1. One count. Swing, chops it off the plate. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Did he go around? He did not. 2-2. Pitch in the dirt. Two count. 4-2 your score. The pitch inside. Now, did that hit his bat? I guess they're saying that was a ball. Or they're saying that did hit the bat. Yeah, it hit the bat. Didn't register on the screen at first, but that's what it was. The 2-2 in the dirt. 3-2. So a full count. Lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch on the way. Below the knees, ball 4, and he'll head to first. But thank you to Iron Lung and for the 5 memberships, and welcome to the Country Club, Bentley. Runner at first, 2 outs, and this will be Bryce Harper digging in. He represents the tying run. So you got to be careful here. Lefty-lefty, first pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Slider down around the knees. It's 0-1. Thank you, Rich. We'll hit yours here in a second. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. And he's going for the downs just out in front of it. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Turns and fires. Swing, fouls it away. He's gone slider, slider, slider. That one he almost timed up. Little cat and mouse game here with Bryce Harper. Runner at first. Schwarber. Braves lead at 4-2. Tying run at the plate. The 0-2 pitch. Fouls it back. We'll do it one more time. The 0-2. Infield back and to the right. The wind up the pitch. Swing! Lifts it. High into left field. Not very deep. In fact, it's going to be caught by Mauricio Dubon. F6 in your scorecard, and the Braves lead it by 2. We head to the 8th inning. Leading by 2 in Philadelphia, looking for the series sweep.
106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
Salad. They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to become this country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you've probably seen trouble.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
We accept one of us. We accept one of us.
Super gobble, super gobble, super gobble.
One of us.
We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us. Google gobble, one of us. Google gobble, one of us. Google gobble.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
Thank you, Rich 22, B.A. Baracus. Dom Smith starts off the inning versus Kirkling, and there's going to be a quick 4-3 putout, 1 away. And thank you, Peter.
We accept one of us. We accept
Dubon will be the batter.
Super gobble, super gobble, super gobble.
One of us.
We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us. Google gobble, one of us. Google gobble, one of us. Google gobble.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
First pitch up top to Dubon is their first strike. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1 from Kirkring.
Google gobble, one of us.
Sinker at the knees. It's 0-2. No 2 count. Standing on deck is Harris. Dubon. 0-3 on the day. The pitch. Swing pops it up. And you can make it 0-4. F3 in your scorecard. 2 down. That's going to drop Dubon's batting average below 300 for the first time this year. They're showing a good old-fashioned fight between the Braves and Phillies back in 1991. Forgot about this one. It's Otis Nixon. I'm trying to remember who it was that he rushed the mound on. He was throwing some dogs on that dome. First pitch down and in to Michael Harris II. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Harris, 3 for 3 on the day with the home run. The 1-0, high and inside. 2-0. Two-0 count. Michael hit a 376-foot home run in the third, a single to right in the fifth, and a single to center in the sixth. The 2-0 inside. Ball 3-0. Standing on deck is Ronald Acuna Jr. at the top of the order. Tomorrow we got a double dip. It's Braves versus Nationals, 6:45 first pitch. And we've also got, is it 3-0? Inside ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. Tomorrow, 11:05 Eastern AM time. It's going to be the Patriot Day game. Red Sox in Boston for Patriots Day versus Detroit. We've also got Braves Country Today. Braves Country Today is going to come to you a little differently tomorrow because of the early start time. First pitch on the way to Acuna is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. So for you country club members that want to catch Braves Country today, we're going to actually bring that to you at happy hour at 5 o'clock, 5 Eastern. Give you a chance to get home, and we'll play well before first pitch. This is the 1-0, out and away, 2-0. 2-0 count. We'll go all over the Washington Nationals series and talk about this series, react to it, along with a few other things that are in the news in Major League Baseball that are affecting the Atlanta Braves. Pitch right there grabs the outer edge for a strike, 2-1. Righty-righty matchup. The infield back and to the left. Open hole on the right side. The 2-1 from Kirkering. Flips it over to first. Two-one count. Brings it. Swing and a miss. 2-2. I think Acuna's going to take his time out here. Yes, it'll be. It's still behind the country club curtain, Peter. Nothing's changing on that. We weren't going to have it play at the same time as the ball game. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up. Will it stay in play? Giving Chase Marchand behind home plate, and it will drop into his mitt, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th, clinging to a 2-run lead. Into the bullpens on both sides here in Braves country.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, damn, that's sexy. And that's my problem.
Are you an adult? Yeah. And it's almost winter? Yeah. Introducing Being Kinda Sick. What's that? You thought winter would be full of holiday spirit and joy, but instead you're just kinda sick for months straight and can't figure out why. Am I sick or am I not sick? I don't get it. Neither. You're kinda sick. What? With being kinda sick, you can be slightly congested all the time, have a cough that comes and goes, and randomly have a sore throat for no reason. And don't forget to have your excuse ready. Dude, are you sick? No, I think it's just the season change. Please get away from me. I don't know what's going on. I'm not fully sick, but I don't really feel good either. I guess my body's finally falling apart. Try it today.
Hitting is not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity v in relation to the trajectory t, in which g, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Now, who are you again?
Assistant to the traveling secretary.
You're the guy who put us in that Ramada in Milwaukee.
You want to talk about hotels? You want to win some ball games?
Hey, we won the World Series.
In 6 games.
This helpful instructional message from the National Association of People Who Have Trouble Walking and Chewing Gum at the Same Time. Step, chew. Step, chew. Step, chew. Step, chew.
Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis was brought in as an authority figure, someone who looked the part. That's great granite face, shock of white hair. Looked like Jupiter in a very bad mood.
Born in Millville, Ohio, Landis was named for the Civil War battlefield on which his father had lost his leg. As a judge, he had once sentenced an aging bank robber to 15 years in jail. Your Honor, the man said, I'm 72 years old. I can't serve that long. Landis replied, well, do the best you can.
We go to the bottom of the eighth. 4-2 your score, your Atlanta Braves. It will be Robert Suarez coming on for the eighth. So that would tell you that Iglesias should be good to go for the ninth if needed. First pitch on the way. It's a fastball, top of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. 95 miles an hour. Righty-righty matchup to Garcia, the 0-1. Time is called by Garcia. Kicks and fires. Just below the knees, sinker misses, 1-1. One pitch. Cutter misses in the dirt, out and away, 2-1. Two-one count. 4-2 your score. Bottom of the eighth. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. Pulled the string on that one. Suarez can bring it up around 100 miles an hour on any pitch, and he pulled the string on that. 89 as Garcia was going for the downs. The 2-2. Bangs it down the third baseline. Foul. Four-seamer. 98 in on the hands. We'll do it again. 2-2. Four runs, 8 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Philadelphia. The pitch on the way, swing, peppered foul. Do it again. Two count. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him in on the hands, and there's 2 down. Nasty pitch. That'll bring Marsh to the plate. Marsh 0 for 3 on the day, batting .265 on the year. Left-handed bat of Brandon Marsh. Swing, lifts it down the left field line. Bending, and making the running catch out there in left field for a loud out number 2 is the Book of Eli. So quickly 2 down. Two up, 2 down, and Alec Bohm, the batter. First pitch on the way. Swung on, foul back out of play. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. For those country club members, you'll notice if you refresh your screen, there's a new emoji in there. We took the one for Grant Holmes out to add something. Won't mention what it is. I don't want to jinx anything, but if it were to happen, the 0-1 peppers it foul. It's 0-2. You will see a new emoji in there. The 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. Just misses. We'll do it again. The 1-2 pitch, swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. The 1-2 pitch, swing, chops it off his instep. We'll do it one more time. Suarez looking in. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, rolls it over towards short. Dubon's got it. Gathers himself, fires it to first, and it's a 6-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. Braves lead it by 2. Drake Baldwin leads us off when we return. Heart of the order for the Atlanta Braves.
People have asked me if I loved him. To be clear, he and I were not in love. I was just honestly very drunk, and probably in a more general sense at that time in my life, very bored.
Look, you and your mom have a bad history, and neither of you can nurture the other's self-esteem because you've both been damaged by past criticism and shame. Are you okay? I'm working half days, so I watch a lot of Donahue.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I should have had kids. You know why? It's 6:30. I'm hungry as hell, and the meat is still frozen. I forgot to take it out the freezer, and I got nobody to be mad at but myself, okay? Now, if I had a kid, I would have had somebody to blame. I can't be wrong. I'm the only woman in this house. I got to put it on somebody. It's either the man or the kid. I ain't got neither one of them. And I'm just out here meatless. And meat just frozen. And so what I'm supposed to eat for dinner now, huh? A nap? I'm just going to have slumber for supper? Is that what's happening over here now? Just gonna have a deep sleep for dinner, huh? That's what's on the menu today? God, I'm hungry. It ain't nowhere near to being defrosted. Well, I'm just supposed to take chunks of it like it's a popsicle? Ghetto.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Four to 2 your score. Let's get some insurance, Braves Country. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch swinging by Drake Baldwin. That's a bullet over to right field, right at Garcia. One down. Drake Baldwin tonight 0 for 4, but 2 of his balls that he has hit have been absolute rockets, just atom balls. That'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. Is the right-hander on for the Phillies is Seth Johnson. He's thrown just 1 2/3 innings coming into today. First pitch on the way to Olson. 98 four-seamer. Swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. The C's got a 16.2 ERA coming into today's game. It's because he's pitched one game against the Cubs, inning in 2/3 about a week ago, where he gave up 3 earned runs. Pitch is down and in, misses. 1-1. 1-1 count. Upstairs for a strike. 1-2. Splitter high in the zone. Infield. Back and to the right. The 1-2 to Olsen. Turns and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3 out in front of that one, and there's 2 down. Two up, 2 down, and Austin Riley, the batter. Riley 1 for 3 on the day, batting .253. See if he can get into one. The first pitch to Riley. Fastball right down Main Street, 98 miles an hour. Man, he's cooking. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, swing and a miss. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Johnson comes set, the right-hander. Turns and spins. Swing! That ball's rocketed over to third, but it's an atom ball, and Alec Bohm will make the catch. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th, leading by 2. Should be eyeglasses time. We'll be back in a flash.
When I think about you, I touch myself. Meaning I rub my temples because you give me a headache.
We don't want a maniac in our group, but there's no benefit to it. I feel like you just agreed with me, but you weren't listening to what I was saying. Yes. Let's move on from it. What do you think is happening right now? It doesn't matter. It's good. Okay?
This Mr. Nueva York?
Yeah, that's me. What you matter?
Yeah, I'm calling regarding your credit card payment.
Listen, my friend, I'm not paying that.
What do you mean you're not paying?
I'm not paying that. That's free money. How you want me to pay that free money?
That's not free money.
Yeah, you send me the credit card with $3,000 on it. I spend it already. How you want me to pay you that money I already spending? Stupid.
You have to pay. Have you paid last month?
I not pay last month. I not pay the month before that. I'm not paying.
Listen, we're gonna have to do something about this.
You can do whatever you want. I don't care. Listen, can you give me your house phone number so I can call you in your house?
I'm sorry.
Oh, ahí no te gusta. So why you calling me in my house to bother me? My friend, is that your money? Is it going to your pocket?
Listen. We have to make this happen right now.
I don't care. Do whatever you want.
Armchair.
The umpire just stood up and said goodbye. As I am saying goodbye, I have said enough for a lifetime. And for the last time, I wish you all a very pleasant good afternoon.
A travesty, really. But it came out that Arnie Rothstein and the rest of them were crooked gamblers and were able to persuade the boys to throw the games, even though some of them, I guess, never got a dime. And they weren't crooks. They weren't farm boys who didn't know anything about finance or anything else.
Baseball is something more than a game to an American boy. It is his training field for life work. Destroy his faith in its squareness and honesty, and you have destroyed something more. You have planted suspicion of all things in his heart. Kennesaw Mountain Landis.
He's back, baby. He's back. Eyeglasses is on the bump, and the Braves lead it by 2, bottom of the 9th. So hopefully he'll learn to sleep upside down like a bat. Keep his arm right. Whatever he did the other night. Bottom of the 9th inning, it'll be Bryson Stott leading it off, the left-handed bat. Then Marchand is due up. We'll see if he bats. And Crawford, so the 7, 8, 9, but you would think there's going to be some pinch hitting. Trailing by 2. They've got more. Real Muto is a question mark. Reyes and Sosa. First pitch is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. You would think Reyes might get a swing. He's the one that hit the home run last night against Chris Sale. Is the 1-0. Right there for a strike, 1-1. Real Muto, he had back spasms. They pulled him out of the game last night. He may not be available. The 1-1 pitch, swing, lifts it into left field, and making the diving attempt is out there in left field is Eli White. The ball's going to get past him, and Michael Harris gets the rebound behind him, gets it into the infield, and it's a leadoff double for the Phillies. So close yet so far away. It's a slicing ball for Eli. Looked like he was lining it up. I thought he was going to make the catch. It just hit right underneath his glove. And Michael, who was trying to back him up on the play, slipped. They both appear to be okay, and they've got runners at second. And the first pitch swing by Marshawn. He launches one high and deep into center field. Underneath it is Michael Harris, the second. F8 in your scorecard, and there's one away. So runner at second, one out. Tying run is at the plate. And what we know by that is that the top of the order will come to the plate. You've got Crawford at the plate now. And then Trey Turner. First pitch on the way, down and in. Four-seam fastball misses. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Misses again. Ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Iglesias brings it. Swing. Fouls it away. Thankfully, he chased that one because that would have been 3-0. That pitch was well below the zone. Remember, once again, the Braves do not have any ABS challenges. So anything that home plate umpire DJ Rayburn calls against Atlanta is law. The 2-1 swing fouls it away, 2-2. They do have one regular challenge, one replay challenge left. Philly still with both of theirs, both replays and ABSs. So you'd figure you're going to see at least one in this inning because why go home with them in your pocket? The 2-2 pitch, swing. Fouls it down the line, out of play. We'll do it once again. Braves lead by 2, tying run. He's at the plate. The pitch on the way, down and in. Tried to get him to chase that changeup, but it's not hitting as sharp as it normally has been this year. And who knows if him hurting his arm the other night had anything to do with it. The payoff pitch. Down and in, ball 4. So the winning run will come to the plate in the form of Trey Turner. And they could walk it off with one swing. Schwarber is on deck. He's already hit one out. Braves lead it by 2. Turner with good speed, and he is 5 for 10 lifetime with 3 home runs against Raisel Iglesias. Iglesias just doesn't look sharp tonight. Righty pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Came out of his shoes on that one with the sinker inside. Schwarber on deck. Harper in the hole. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Change up. It's 0-2. He's gone sinker, change up. A double play gets you out of it, but Turner has very good speed. So does Crawford. And Stott's not exactly slow himself, so it's going to be hard to turn one. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block by the Drake. 1-2. Went with the changeup, but that changeup just isn't hitting like it normally is. So you may have to dial up something else. The 1-2. Phillies fans are on their feet. Braves fans at the edge of their seat. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the fastball on the outer edge, and there's 2 down. 2 down, but now Kyle Schwarber coming to the plate. And we know what he can do. He lifted one over the right field wall to give Philadelphia a 2-0 lead back in the first inning. It barely got over the fence, but those count as well. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Changeup. Misses his spot. Once again, it's 1-0. Schwarber, he's 4 for 16 lifetime in a home run versus Iglesias. The 1-0. Eyeglasses brings it. Swing and a miss. Change up. It's 1-1. That might be the best changeup he's thrown all night. 1-1 count as Schwarber steps out of the box to recalculate. Infield back and to the right, so a huge hole down the left side. The 1-1. Swing, bangs it down the first base line. And it's 1-2. Braves 4, Phillies 2. 2 on, 2 out. Cross everything. The 1-2 pitch. Swing! Pops it up. High, back behind home plate. Giving chase is the Drake, and it'll bend into the stands. We'll do it again, 1-2. One-two count. Pitch on the way. Change up, misses. Ball 2, 2-2. On deck is Harper. Deuces wild. 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 count. Braves lead by 2. The winning run is at the plate. Kyle Schwarber digs in. The pitch. Swing. That ball is hammered down towards the right field side. Making the leap and grab in the corner at the wall is Ronald Acuna Jr. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody.
Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses.
Woo!
Your Atlanta Braves 4, Philadelphia 2. You can break them brooms out now. We got a sweep in the city of brotherly love.
Streaking. Get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
Now.
If Acuna does not catch that ball, this game is tied.
KFC's still open?
Leaped in the corner with his gold shoes, stuck his gold glove out, and made the catch. The snare at the wall. Kyle Schwarber cannot believe it, and the Braves win another one. Busting out them brooms. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Philadelphia. And your Atlanta Braves win this one. They sweep the season. They sweep the series in Philly. We'll see them again in Atlanta next weekend. And our lead in the division is 5. The lead over Miami and Washington is 5. The lead over Philadelphia is now 6.5. And the Mets are 8 back. Player of the game? Give that to a few. But let's go ahead and give it to Money Mike. He went 3 for 3 with the home run. He raised his batting average to .290, and he had a couple of nice defensive plays. Acuna with that game-saving catch at the wall. If he did much with the bat tonight, he probably would have gotten the game ball, but great job all around by the Braves. Holmes went 4 2/3. The win will go to Kinley. He'll move to 3-0 on the year. Dylan Lee with 4 holds now. So does Robert Suarez. And Iglesias with his 5th save. Braves win it 4-2. We'll see you tomorrow. We got a triple header of sorts tomorrow. We've got 11:05 Eastern. We'll come on the air at 10:30 for Patriots game of the Red Sox and the Tigers. Then we're going to bring you Braves Country today at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then Braves versus Washington at 6:45. See y'all tomorrow. See the Country Club at 5 o'clock. See everybody for the doubleheader. Y'all have a great one, Braves country. Braves win it. Sweep the series. We win it 4-2.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.